The Pittsburgh Steelers just won't go away. It is so difficult to stop these guys. Even Aaron Rodgers missed some time in this game with a hand injury. Mason Rudolph came in and they still found ways to execute not only the offense but the defense as well. And one player that really stood out to everybody right in Pittsburgh was Darnell Washington. And on this play right here, he's going to be on a chip and release to the bottom side. You actually get this 7-man, 2 chip releases off the edges. Boom, on 3rd and 17, right? Now we're just trying to give Mason Rudolph time in the pocket to throw this ball. So as we chip and release off Darnell Washington, we just take the dump down. We already saw this is a 3-yard pass, right? 17 yards to gain. He, first of all, makes the first guy miss, and then fights his way forward, falls forward for an extra 3 yards. This guy is just different, right? And we all know the play he had earlier in this game. We're going to show you that one too. Don't worry. This dude is a freak of nature, and I'm starting to understand why he is playing a lot more of the last few weeks over Jonnu, over Connor Hayward, over Pat Freiermuth. I could see not only is he a nasty run blocker, but it also is a great player out in space. So let's break down the film. I'm excited for this video. Let's go. So guys, really quickly, we have some more big plays to break down. Make sure you guys hit the like button really quickly for me if possible. Let's see if we can get over 700 likes on the video. But let's keep going with some more film. Here's the big play right here. 1st and 10. The thing to know about this play, there's only 51 seconds left to go in the first half. We're going to run this little mesh concept. We're going to see DK Metcalf take this shallow cross. Same thing on the other side with Darnell Washington. He's just, again, mesh concepting here and getting underneath routes. Now, once again, they're going to focus primarily on DK Metcalf because he's just probably the more explosive wide receiver in space compared to Darnell Washington. However, they're a little bit wrong here because Darnell not only stiff arms the young rookie into the ground, right? Turns up the field, right? That's a 10-yard pickup. Continues, bulldozes through a 3rd level defender. Keeps going. Contact balance like Ashton Genty, maybe better, right? And then puts that dude into the dirt. I mean, what is going on here? Again, I can finally understand why this dude is playing a lot. He is a monster. Get him the ball and watch him work. Now, I am, quite frankly, nervous for the NFL when it becomes those cold December, January days. If they can make it into the playoffs, yeah, ain't nobody going to want to tackle this guy. Nobody. Here's a really good play by the defense. The offensive line is in what we call a 5-man scat protection. They're going to slide their offensive line here to the left with man-to-man to the right here. TJ Watt gets a one-on-one. Keanu Benton gets a one-on-one to that right side, right? Now watch Benton. He is going to do a really good job acting like he's going to get to the inside shoulder of this guard. He's going to fly to the outside. He's going to ultimately just get around that right guard. Now, whenever you can generate pressure on the quarterback like so, you can create one of 6 different situations, whether it's a bad throw, a bad decision, an interception, a sack, a forced fumble on the sack, or maybe even a holding call on the offensive line. We are able to force Joe Flacco to get this ball out maybe a little bit earlier than he wanted to, and he forces a bad decision and a bad throw. Ultimately, Kyle Duggar almost comes out of here with the interception, which ultimately probably would have been a pick 6 if he could have jumped in front of this thing. Couldn't hang on, but that's okay. Again, this Steelers team is so deadly because of their ability to really generate pressure on the quarterback, force bad throws, and right there was another example of exactly that. Now, really quickly, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you want more Steelers videos, but most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed. It is completely free. It doesn't cost anything at all, and we're going to be covering the Steelers throughout the entirety of the season. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns for almost every single game. Join the family, turn on your post notifications if you want more of these Steelers breakdowns. But let's continue to dive into some more film here. Now, speaking of interceptions, and speaking of Kyle Duggar, and speaking of getting pressure on the quarterback, what do you guys think happens here? Yeah, you guys got it. If you guys were guessing pick 6 Kyle Duggar, yeah, you had one that he dropped earlier. This time, we're going to use a little bit of a stunt tactic, right? Look at Nick Herbig. He's going to be lined up towards that guard. We're going to get all these guys trending to the inside. We're going to wait for these offensive linemen to make their decision as we loop or stun Nick Herbig in through that A gap. Again, what do we say? The 6 things that you can generate by getting pressure right here. Not only does he see TJ Watt flying off the edge, right, bending off the edge, getting underneath the shoulder pads of the tackle, creating that pressure. Joe Flacco's like, it's 3rd and 9. I got to get this ball out. No matter how, I got to get it out. He throws it, and guess what? Kyle Duggar's there. I cannot wait to break down the all-22 because I have no idea where he is and what he's doing on this play. But it looks like he just does a really good job reading, reacting, and then boom, getting to the football, getting the interception, and taking it all the way. And also, big shout to Nick Herbig, man. Big shot. One of my favorite players on this defense, Nick Herbig. He is a monster. Pick 6. 20-9. Great job avoiding Jamar Chase. Walks into the end zone for a touchdown. That's how it is done, man. That is how it is done. And guys, really quickly, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so yet. Let's see if we can get over 700 likes on this video. But most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed for more Pittsburgh Steelers content. We're going to be covering the Steelers all year long. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns, everything, okay? So turn on post notifications. Let me know what you want me to break down next, whether it's the offense or the defense from this game. And with that being said, let's continue to dive into some more film. Monday Night Football is officially here. We got Packers, we got Eagles. Should be a really good game. At least in my opinion, it's got that potential. Now, I'm having so much fun on the Sleeper app. I can possibly over 1,000x my money every single day on this app, and it has been so much fun so far. And I kind of wanted to share you some of my picks before we do so. Now, you guys can see them, but if you use my promo code DUBS, you see it right here, you are going to get a 100% match deposit up to $100, which means if you put in $100, they're going to give you $100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It is a steal, I would do it just for that. Now, take a look at my picks. I'm going Saquon Barkley, more than 50 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, more than 40 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, at least 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, more than 200 passing yards. And Romeo Doubs, more than 40 receiving yards. It's all lower than you may think, and I think it's safe. 30 to win 63. Not too crazy, not too wild. Let me know what you guys are doing for tonight. Are you going big? Are you staying safe? Let me know, and let's get back to the video. Another massive play here for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. 1st and 25, up by 8, 1 possession game. You need to at least put some points on the board. 1st and 25, we get a quick screen to Kenny Gainwell, one-handed snag, and watch how he just gets up the field extremely quickly. Blockers out in front everywhere. Great job. And Kenny turns this into ultimately the game-ending 1st down to ultimately give them a possession to potentially fight into the end zone for a touchdown and just put the game out of reach late in the game. Love this game by the Steelers. I know it wasn't perfect. Obviously, you dealt with an injury to your starting quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, but they continued to fight after last game, not being able to stop Jamar Chase at all. They come back, they clamp him up, and they just play some really good defense versus an explosive Cincinnati Bengals offense. And then Steelers offense did just enough to win this football game, man. Let's go. Side, I want to give one more quick shout to Kenny Gainwell. Right here, we're going to kind of get everything vertical, trying to clear out the bottom side of the defense, get these guys to drop back in their zone coverages as we kind of swing Kenny Gainwell from left to right late as those second-level defenders fight back or drop back in their zone coverages. We're just going to swing this down. 3rd and 11, another big play again. Same drive, 3rd and 11, only up by 8, and Kenny Gainwell turns this into a 1st down, man. He was huge on this drive. I know that Jaylen Warren went out with an injury, and Kenny Gainwell filled in perfectly. But again, we're going to end the video here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more of these updates throughout the entirety of the year. Turn on post notifications. And I should be back very, very soon for a part 2 within the next couple of days.